Hey y'all, it's Ivan Rome, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about my current top 10 decks in 2022. These decks are currently, in my top 10, and I thought were worthy to be in my top 10. Some of the rules that I put into this top 10 is that they would have had to be opened. I would have had to handle them for a couple days or so, and they can't be sealed. They got to be open because they are some decks that I think are really cool, but I just never open them, so I wouldn't think it's fair to include them in the top 10 if they aren't open, because then I wouldn't be able to show them to you guys. So that's currently some of the rules. So let's get on to some of the honorable mentions. So for the first deck in our honorable mentions is the Wynn Casino playing cards. I got this deck at the Wynn Casino in Las Vegas, and this deck I found it in their little gift shop on the side where where all the slots and stuff is at. And there's two decks. There's a black version and this white version. I thought the white version looked a little cooler, and the black one is not. It's not open. So I was gonna open this at a later date, and I was gonna review this with the actual B wins. I got the brown B wins, and I was gonna just open all three of them there. But over there, I was like, I didn't take playing cards, so I got this and just started playing with it over there. And this is from USPCC. It says so on their little bottom right here. Manufactured by the United States Playing Card Company. And this deck, I didn't, it's a casino deck. You're gonna love it. It's USPCC too, so it's a standard. But I did like the face cards and all the colors. It's like a darker maroon red, and as you can see, the aces, and it does come with two little construction things. This one is for the poker guide, and look at that. Look at the quartz. The quartz just looks so nice. The back design is nice. Everything is nice. Look at the jokers. Look at the way the jokers are looking right here. That's pretty dope. And the ace of spades is just the win. I feel like they could have done something a little bit more, but it is their branding cards, so nothing too crazy. But I did think this deck looked really cool with their quartz and all that. The reason it didn't make the what do you call it? Yeah, but the reason why it didn't make the top 10 is because I don't know. It's the back. Even though I love the back design, the other cards I just like their back design more. But it is in the honorable mentions just because I love the way the quartz are, the color of the quartz. I think the red that they use was really good. But even look at that. Come on, look at the quartz and the tick box. I just feel like they could have done a little. It looks elegant, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more. And yeah, that is one of the two honorable mentions. Second on the honorable mention list is the Bicycle Archangels. This deck, come on, look at the deck. It just looks so nice. The quartz and everything are so cool. It's a cheap deck that you can get. It's from Bicycle, so it is from USPCC. They got the classic finish and stuff. Come on, look at the back design. The back design is so cool. And I think this is pretty cheap, and they feel amazing. Come on. And then the quartz are nothing too crazy. There is a little bit of recolor in there. The colors, I feel like they could have done a little bit better. Like the wins from the previous deck, the wins, their quartz just kind of pop a little bit more. And the pips, most of the pips are nothing crazy. They're just standard pips and all that, because it is also a bicycle deck, so they like keeping it some decks, they like keeping it fairly standard, but nothing too crazy. Bicycle cards, go follow them. Look at the jokers. The joker's pretty cool, but overall, nothing too crazy. The Archangel, ace of spades, is cool, but unfortunately, the tug box is better than the Wynn Casino though. I would have to say, look, it just looks so it just looks cool. It looks so cool. But it's honorable mentions, but it's not top 10. I do love this deck, but the quartz and everything are a little bit lacking. The wins from the previous deck, they're I like their quartz better. But overall, it didn't make the cut. It's the top two. It is the top. It's like number 11 now. I guess the top two of the honorable mentions, but not top 10. Anyways, let's get on with the top 10. Starting off my current top 10 decks is the Smoke and Mirror V8, the gold yellow edition. Gold yellow, I don't know which it is, but it is one of the current unreleased decks. And if you guys didn't see my, my little deck review of these 3 V8s, the pink, the purple, and the yellow one, gold, then I'll put in the link down in the description below so you guys can check it out for a more in-depth review. It is one of my older videos, but come on guys, I'll just let the cards speak for themselves. The card from the pink and the purple, I think this was the best one because it did have like a holographic like yellow to it, which I thought was really cool. The tuck box is cool. I love the what do you call playing cards? I think this is playing cards. I don't know what it says, but I do love the design, and I do think it looks really cool and all that with the little the little lines going through it. And yeah, the deck is just really nice. It is, I feel like it is really, it's like a regular, like it's not like thin crush anything like that. It does feel a little bit thicker, but overall I do like this deck. As you guys can see, the ace, they use a holographic like foil, like not foil, but I think it's like a holographic thing for the reds, as you guys can see, and it looks stunning. Look at the core cards. The core cards just look so cool. I mean, and I think so. Look at that. And then the pips are just like standard, but the recolor of the reds to the gold, I thought was a nice touch. I do like this deck. I like how it handles. I like how it feels. It does come with a blank card and a double backer. And then look at the jokers. Oh look, come on, the jokers. That designing just in gold, in yellow, is just so cool. And yeah, this is my top 10 deck. The what do you call it? The Dan and Dave, the V8 Smoke and Mirrors V8 edition, gold edition. We'll call it that. On to my next one. And taking the number 9 spot is the Nickelodeon / Fontaine collaboration, the Thornberry deck. Not the gilded version, the regular version. I don't have the gilded version. I'm not rich. Because I saw that they were going for a pretty penny. But this deck is just gorgeous, like, so the tuck box isn't like anything crazy, like it is like wild thornberries, but from all the Nick collabs and designs, I thought this was the best one. As you guys can see, it's nothing crazy, thornberry, and nothing inside if you want to see. But the deck itself, I thought was I just love that little like animal print, like, I don't know, I just like, when I opened this one, I was like, dude, this one's dope. Like, it just became one of my favorites, like automatic. It just became one of my favorites, like just automatically, I don't know what it is, but the cards, they're nothing crazy. They're USPCC, but I do like it. The core cards, they're nothing crazy. They're just only thing I didn't like about what they're currently doing with collabs is that they just stick they're just sticking the characters in the thing. It is cool in the cards. It is cool. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're just pasting it on there. But it is cool. The jokers, like it's the parents. The pips, they are a little bit of customized. You can see like the numbers are a little bit like cartoonish, and the pips are a little bit like sharper. They're not as like plump. And you can see some of the core cards. The reds, same thing. They're doing a little bit like, it looks a little cartoony, as I would call it. I think it does. So, and the ace of spades is right there. Nothing crazy, but for me, just the back design makes it pop. Like this literally it. The back design just makes it pop so much that is the dad card. It just makes it pop that I just ended up liking the deck. Nothing crazy, but it does show that the back design does matter a lot to a deck of cards. Because if you don't like the back design, then sometimes you just won't like the deck. So, and I thought that's what carries this deck the most, was the back design. So yeah, top 9 deck is the Wild Thornberry deck. On to the top 8. So taking the number 8 spot is it's debatable for me. Like, it is the Purdue playing cards by Art of Play, and it is their turquoise edition. A part of me really wanted to like get this higher, but I don't really use the deck. Like, I do use a deck, like, don't get me wrong, but You know, like, come on, look at this deck. It looks so nice. But for me, it's just like it's so nice. I don't want to use it. You know, like I don't know how to say it. Like I just feel like these are just, like they're so nice that I don't want to mess them up or anything like that. But the tuck box is like a matte finish with some like embossing type of thing, and you can see feel the bumps and everything, even from the vines and the leaves. On the side, there's nothing really much going on. Like maybe like a little bit of fine print stuff. It says right there, art of play. On the other side, nothing. On the back, you do have the little Pegasus and the little dog, which is pretty sure his name was the Purdue. I think that was his dog's name. But as you guys can see from the pictures, this deck is really nice. Like it handles really, really nice. I love the back design. I love the gold on the blue and on the white and the black. I think it just looks so amazing. But a part of me did wanna, like put this like in my top 3. Come on, look at that. Look at that fan. It just looks so nice. But I just feel like it's too, I don't know. It's just like, it just looks so good that you have to put it lower. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought that this deserved to be higher or lower, or if you don't even like the deck at all. Let me know down in the comments below. Like, come on, it is pink. Like the reds are pink. So, and then look at the core cards. The core cards look amazing. Like they are blue and pink. The Ace of Spades is the Purdue, the logo, with the Pegasus in the middle. And overall, the deck is so nice. Like the pips are a little bit small. The pips and the indices are a little smaller, but it doesn't it doesn't affect anything. You can still see it, and it looks nice. The font, I like the font that they use for the indices. They are a little bit thinner, but it is nice. Like you have the Cardini and the ad card of the art of play, and some words that if you want to read, you can pause it right there. And another Cardini Joker deck. This deck is nice, but I don't know. I don't know if I should have put it on number 8 or higher. Let me know in the comments below. Let me see. Let me know if this deck should have been higher in the card. You guys gonna see my other decks and like, you put that over this? Like, let me know in the comments below if you don't agree with my list, or if you would have put another deck above one of the others. Let me know. But that is my top 8, the Purdue Playing Cards Turquoise Edition, and on to my number 7. On number 7, we're gonna have the Bicycle Proto deck from Bicycle Playing Cards. This deck wasn't intended for public sale, but people that did go to the CardCon 2022 in Irvine, California, were able to snag a couple of these. And I think these were like $20 when we first got them. I'm not sure. I think it was like $15-20, but they were a little expensive. I did open one in my review in my channel, so if you want to go check it out, go check it out on my channel and go subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, so you guys can see more videos like this. But the number 7 deck is a prototype. This prototype looks amazing in the light. And let me know if you guys like this or the Purdue better. Like come on, look at that shine. This was they were using their foil, a new foil technique on this deck that they were gonna use for. I don't remember the deck. I think it was damn, what's the deck? It was a blue one. Damn, I forgot. But I'll post a picture up in there, and let me know. I'll put it down in there. I'll put the picture up. But anyways, this deck looks amazing. They were using their foil to practice it, and this was a prototype deck, obviously, and they used it, for the prototype. And I just think it's so cool. Let's check out the thing. Look, it is like a pink, which I love this color of pink on a deck. This looks so cool. The chords and the pips and the indices are a little standard because it's bicycle, but just a pink just pops out. And look at the chords. They're like shining. I just thought that was so cool that they did. Look with the pink. I think the pink chords are probably my favorite one from both this deck, because they just have this shine to them that I just think is amazing. Look at that. The chords, they just the chords alone. I like the chords. Made it it's just a cool deck. They just cool. Let's see if I can find. Look at the aces. All the aces have the little foil on it that it just makes them pop. that I just think is so cool. It's like a little rainbow in there. Let's see if I can get it in camera. Look at the diamonds and the ace of spade with the giant spade bicycle logo, you know. And even the jokers, you know, like this one didn't have anything, but the second joker, oh, it's upside down. The second joker is using the holographic foil, which I think is amazing, you know. I just love this deck. This deck is just so cool. You know, it does suck though not everyone was able to get this deck, but, and I saw some of the, I mean, not everyone was able to get this deck, but you know, I just think it is, if you're able to pick this deck up, I think it's really cool, you know, even just for collector's sake, because you know, it shows through the little cutout square so you can see the deck. But anyways, this is my number 7 deck, the Bicycle Prototype Edition. And my number 6 deck is the Dan and Dave Smoke and Mirror collaboration with Dealer's Grip, the Garden Edition. This deck has a matte tug box that is green, and you can see like the little bumps and everything, and you can see the design coming through the smoke and mirrors of the little cutout right there. And on the other side, it's the exact same thing. It says Green Edition / you know, quote unquote Garden, Dealer's Grip, and Dan and Dave. On the side, it just shows, you know, some smoke and mirror stuff. Right here, it says the catalog number for the Dealer's Grip if you want to go pick it up there. You know, but I'm pretty sure they're sold out on the website, but you have to buy it from a different third-party shipper or third-party website. But anyways, I got this deck at Cardistry Con, you know, in San Diego, California, which is it was an amazing experience. You know, I think the next Cardistry Con is gonna be in London, but I'm not gonna be able to go to that one. But hopefully, whoever does go has fun. And in the back design, this is how the back design looks, and it does come with a double backer, so you can put it in there, you know. That's pretty cool, huh? And it comes with this thing. I don't know what this is. You know, it's pretty cool. But the 2 of spades looks amazing, and the ace of spades just says smoke and mirrors. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that, but it is what it is. It says one of the ads thing is the worm, and it has a little thing so you can put, like, you know, I'm pretty sure this was for like a signature type of thing. You could just put signatures in there. But the pips and the indices are pretty standard, nothing too crazy, and the courts are actually like cuts, different cuts and shuffles, as you can see, you know, pretty cool. You know, if you can identify the cuts and stuff, put them down in the comments below. It'll be pretty cool. And yeah, this deck is my number 6 just because of the back, because I thought the courts, the courts were really unique this time around, and they would, you know, like they weren't, you know, Dealer's Grip always does something like new and outgoing, you know, like something out there, and I did think that it did, you know, it did pretty well in this deck. I thought it was pretty cool, you know, having this different types of cuts and stuff. I think it looks really cool, and you know, they weren't afraid to shy away from the current court designs. And the back design looks really cool, even in a little fan, you know, like even if it's not the greatest, it looks pretty cool. Okay, that one was just kind of ugly, but it's pretty white if you do it, you know. But this deck really is cool, and I thought it was one of my favorite decks this year. And they're a little you know, a little thicker than usual. It's not crush stock by any means, but it doesn't feel bad. I like the deck, and I think it's worthy of my top 6. So my number 6 spot goes to the Smoke and Mirror and Dealer's Grip collaboration of the Garden Edition. And now on to my top 5 decks in 2022. So my number 5 spot goes to the Ventus Mesa Edition. This deck, I got this deck also at Cardistry Con from SoCal Playing Cards. Shout out to SoCal Playing Cards. I put their little Instagram like somewhere around here, and they, you know, they sell a lot of good decks, and this was one of the decks that I got. I got the other one too, I mean, I don't know the name of the deck, but it's like the blue one. I'll put a picture right here so, you know, you guys can see it. And this deck, you know, I just love the color of this deck. It's like a little brown, it's not like, you know, like beige brownish stuff with the white, with the blue and the orange. Come on, it just looks so nice. And we are halfway through the top 10, so, you know, if you like this video, like the video, you know, comment down below what is your current, you know, deck that I posted. Do you have any of the decks that I posted so far? Let me know in the comments down below, and subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos. I am planning a lot of what's it called? Planning a lot of new videos, new ideas, that I want to do. As a creator, I do want to do something more, I do want to do something more like, like I want to create better videos and like, better content for you guys. So let me know if you guys like this current new setup, not the new setup, but the new format that I'm doing this video in. And yeah, comment down below what I can improve on and what things you thought that I liked. So thank you, and let's get back onto the video. And so this deck I thought was really cool. Like just the fact that you can fan it is a one-way design, but the fact that you can move this around and it still looks kind of cool, like, come on, that looks cool. If you had 1 1 1 1 1 or something like that, like they're mixed in, it doesn't look bad, like it looks cool. I thought it would look cool. And just design, like from design point, if you spin the deck, spin the card on your finger, do a little pirouette, it just looks cool. I'm not the greatest at it, something like that. Let me see if I can get it one more time. Okay, that was pretty cool. But it just, this deck, I opened it and it was one of those decks that you just automatically like. I did manage to get all the ones that I currently know of. I'm pretty sure I got the whole set. My last one that I was getting was the guac edition. I have it right here. As you guys can see, this doesn't count. I don't know if this would have been in my top 5, but this was the only one that I have opened so far. And I do have all the other colors, so stay tuned for a review on that. And let's check out the faces and faces and all that stuff, the core cards. It does have the lines right here, so if you fan it, it does come this cool looking appearance. You see how it has the blue and the blue and the purple, the blue and the orange. Blue and orange just make a good combo. If you get the right shades of blue, mostly like any shade of blue and orange goes well together. But if you see it, the indices and the pips are this like little creamish brownish color, like light brown color. And they do have the stripes for the broken borders type of thing, so it bleeds through the thing. And the cords, they are a little lighter than what I'm used to, so it kind of does make them hard to see in the sunlight. But I still think it is a cool, it is cool. It fits with the theme. They didn't do anything crazy, but it is, for me, it is a very, how do I say it, creative way of like showing playing cards. This deck, like I show to people and they're like, oh, that's cool. They love the lines and they love that it's something new and it bleeds through and makes a pattern when you do fans. That's why I also do love a little bit like the no borderless cards. But the broken borders type of thing, I think is really cool, because people that are non-cardists look at the deck and they're like, whoa, that's a cool design, like, and they just love it, and I think that's pretty cool. I love that feeling when I show people cards and they think it's really cool, because then like sometimes some other people are like, oh cool, where can I get this deck, or they want to learn more about cards. So I think with this deck, it has given me that reaction, and I think it's really cool, and that's something that not every card is able to show to other people. But anyways, that is one of the main reasons. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the other cards. Where were we? We're like over here. I didn't even show you guys like the aces and anything like that. These are the ace of spades. It's a circle, so when you do like a little circle or a little pirouette, wait up, my bad. Whoop. Oh, my thumb is in the way, so you can't really see it. That was pretty cool. And I think this is one of the jokers. It's like a desert thing. I think it's pretty cool. The orange makes it pop. And yeah, the other aces are pretty standard. Nothing else really crazy. So that, the Mesa edition, the Ventus Mesa edition from Lotus in Hands. And Lotus in Hand decks, they are a little harder to get. I feel like they are one of the hype brands. So they sell out because other retailers, people that buy in bulk and just resellers, I think they kind of mess up. Like resellers always mess up and make it harder for people to get cards. So come on guys, just get one, because I want to get the cards too. Anyways, this is my top 5 deck, is the Ventus Mesa edition. And now on to my top 4. So my top 4 deck of my top 10 goes to the Hydrogen little like Kickstarter pink edition from Elemental Playing Cards. This deck, I just currently got it. just currently got it, and it is from at a 1250, you know. And my girlfriend actually just recently got me this deck, and it's really special because I think, you know, like my girl, she got me this deck. So, and this was one of the decks that I really wanted it from a long time just because of the pink, because I thought like the pink stands out the most. And I got the hydrogen from Bam Playing Cards. You know, I went to the Santa Barbara store, and I went on a 3-hour road trip to the store, and that was like fun. You know, that was a fun trip. I wish I was recording and doing YouTube at the time, because I would have just, you know, like kind of vlogged it. Let me know if you guys want me to do vlogs too, you know, like not like crazy vlogs, but like, you know, just fun stuff with cards. Let me know what you guys want me to do. Let me know in the comments below what new ideas you guys, you know, other people might give me ideas. But anyways, I love this pink, like this pink and the blue, like little mini border, and with the hydrogens and all that stuff, you know, I think it's really cool. I always love this like science type style of like cards, like, you know, science infused into the cards. And this like, it's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a purple like slash like reddish color. It looks red, but it's actually like a little bright like magenta, like pinkish type of thing, you know. And I just think it's really, really cool. And let's see if you can see it. That is a blank card, but like, you know, the pips and the indices are pretty standard, nothing crazy. I do like the quartz. The black and the purple just pop so much, or the pink, they just pop so much. And I just thought it was cool because they even have that little hydrogen stuff sometimes in there, like H. You know, like the Queen of Spades does have like a 2 of Hearts reveal, so you can use it for magic. And the hydrogen, Ace of Spades. And I thought this is cool too, like how they link together, you know, to form the hydrogen and stuff. You know, the elemental stuff. You know, I'm not gonna go too deep into that because I don't really know anything about that either. But I just thought it was really cool how they just merged it into like cards, and they used it as a theme. But it's not the craziest deck, but like due to sentimental like value and how my girlfriend gave me this, it does, you know, jump up the ranks. So this is my top 4, and it's the hydrogen, the pink edition by Elemental Playing Cards. And the creator is Nick, I don't know how to say it, Nick Nisco. So go check them out, and go check out Elemental Playing Cards, because they do some pretty cool playing cards like the other ones, because I know it's a hydrogen, and I know they have other elemental stuff. So go check them out because it's really cool stuff. And on to the top 3. You know, we're already almost done, so on to the top 3. And on to our final 3 decks. You know, these decks, I just thought were so, you know, that they just look so cool, and they deserve to be in my top 3. So anyways, you know, let's get on with the last 3 decks. Coming in at number 3 is the Fontaine Red Grid. You know, some people have mixed feelings with Fontaine. Some people love that they're like spreading cardistry to like people with all these collaborations to new people and all that. But other people, you know, I mean, I kind of see why, you know, like with the newest pre-order that the newest pre-order ways that they've been doing is like 4 pre-orders and you still haven't gotten your last, you know, the deck that you pre-ordered like 4 or 5 months ago, you know. So it does suck. Not like 4 or 5 months ago, but you get my point. But this deck, I love this deck. I got it with the variety box when I went to their Fontaine store in Los Angeles, and it just looks so cool. If you guys can see it with the shimmering red, with everything, just, you know, even the glasses right here, everything is just so cool, you know, like just and it is, I think 1 out of 500. You can't really get that, but it is a really cool deck. So if you're able to get this, I don't know if you're able to get this for cheap, you know, but it is a really cool deck. With the back design, you guys can see that it's a really shiny deck. Like, it looks so like shiny, like when you go in the light, it's so cool. But like also at the same time, if you don't go through the light, it's like, ooh. So it's just really cool, especially when you fan and you get the nice glowing effect. I've had people like say, even my like family members are like, oh dude, that looks so cool, you know. And you know, I think that's, people get really amazed when they see like a really customized like bag design like this, like a really, you know, because most people are used to like the poker, the bicycles and stuff. So when they do see a new deck, a different type of style, they're like, oh dang, I didn't know they do that. So it's pretty cool with the faces and all that, the chords. They are like orange is blue, which I think is pretty cool. You know, like you guys can see it. It's like a neon type thing. You know, I do love the pips and the indices. I like the little fonts that they use and the little style that they use for the diamonds, the hearts, the spades, everything. The court cards, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I think it is cool, but sometimes it is like you can see it, but like on camera and everything is a little harder to see. But the jokers and the ad stuff, I think is amazing. If you see this, it just looks so cool in person because of the shining effect and how they have it in like certain parts of the cards, not all of it, like a little section. I think that is really cool. And this Fontaine, I think this is one of the coolest things that I've seen. That is just so cool. And this Joker right here is sick. It reminds me of the Green Goblin with the face how it is. But it's just so cool, you know. This deck is just so cool and fun, and I think that's how cards should be. You know, this deck is also one of the thinnest decks that I've ever handled. I don't know, it's just the cards are just so thin that you feel like you're not, you know, you can bend them so fast. So be wary of that. But yeah, this deck is just so cool that I think it deserves to be in my top 3. Let me know what you guys think of this deck, and on to the next deck. That was so fast. We're on to our top 2. This is so fast. We're on to our top 2 decks. And these are the final 2, you know, who's the runner up and who's the winner, who's the number 1, you know. But this deck is the Virts 2016 edition, you know. It says right there, Spring Summer 2016. And this, believe it or not, this was one of the first cards that I ever bought. You know, I did buy this when they first came out at the Virts website. And, you know, like, I bought this in 2016, you know, like, and it's already 2020, like 2023. Like, it's crazy, you know, like, because I bought this deck, I bought 2, and my brother bought 2. And then years later, we found the decks again, and that's when all this started, you know, like, I started getting back into cardistry. I started getting into card collecting, you know, and then I'm just like, why don't I make a YouTube channel? So finding this deck is also one of the reasons why all this started. So it is my number 2. It is not number one, because as you guys will see, the other cards are just so cool. But sentimental value wise and just card design wise, it's just so, you know, it's an amazing deck. So let's get on with the cards. They have the broken borders thingies that bleeds through, which I love. You know, the court cards, I thought was really cool. They kind of reminded me of like little anime people, you know, like anime and stuff, you know, and like I think it's really cool. I just love the color. There's also the other cards are also like pretty cool. You know, the bright yellow stands out from the white, and I like how they have like little hints of black and stuff on that, so it just makes it pop a little bit more. But this deck is just so cool, and the style from back then, you know, this was like brand new. Like this style was like it was out there, you know, like people weren't doing this type of stuff back then in 2016. You know, like they weren't. So the Verts were like revolutionizing the game, the cardistry game back in the day. So I thought when I first opened this, I was like, whoa, these are so cool. You know, never seen any decks like this. I remember getting hyped watching the trailers and everything. And I'm like, oh, you know, this inspired like cardistry, you know, like it was just so cool back then. And even now, just like going through the deck, you know, and it just brings a lot of nostalgia and everything like that. You know, the Ace of Spades is pretty cool and everything. And just the back design too. This was my first like non-border, you know, borderless deck. And just, you know, it was made for cardistry. You know, this deck was made for cardistry, you know, by cardist. You know, it is kind of older, you know, but the fans just look so cool. Oh, let me see. And these are also really thin. This deck is really thin, you know. It's just, you know, like this was my first premium deck that I got. So when I felt this, I'm like, oh, these already feel broken in. This was so crazy, you know? And the cool part is, I don't know if they've done this in the other decks, but if you put everything together, they give you like 4 little extra like ad cards, you know, designed for cardistry and then experienced cardistry at its finest. You know, if you put it together, damn, is it this way or this way? I think it's this way. You get a playing card. Tell me that's not cool. Tell me that is not cool. That's worthy of top 2. That is so cool, you know, like that is dope, you know. And I remember putting this together and I was like, oh wow, what the heck, you know, so cool. My brother, you know, it's just, you know, it's worthy of top 2, you know, not just for the style and design, but for the nostalgic reasons too, and what this means to me, and you know, everything. So the top 2 goes to the Virtuoso 2016 summer and spring edition, spring and summer edition. So for my final deck of my top 10 is kind of controversial, not controversial, but like not a lot of people have heard it, and I'm pretty sure this is a deck that a lot of people wouldn't have thought would make it onto the top 10, like let alone number 1. But it is the Coach playing cards. Yes, the Coach playing cards. It is from a designer like brand, and it is made in China. You know, like what? What? Let me know if you guys ever heard of this deck. Have you guys heard of this deck? And do you guys have this deck? Let me know. I was gonna do a review on this, but better late than never to put in the top 10 because it is number 1 currently. But when I first got this deck, it blew, you know, like it was crazy, you know, because it is a gilded deck, and this deck was like $30. And let me just explain to you guys. So the core cards are this little dinosaur, which is called like Rexy or Rex, whatever. And most of all the core cards are just of him, Rex. And the pips and the indices are like little like they're a little chubby right here, like a little more plump. And the indices are a little more like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the indices are like little like 3 type of stuff. And the core cards are just Rex, you know, the guy. I love dinosaurs too, so that kind of like, you know, persuaded me to put in the top 10. But I just think it's so cool how it's gilded, and the back design. Wait until we get to the back design. The only flaw for this deck is that they didn't do anything with the aces, you know. I think that was a big, you know, they kind of like missed their opportunity there, like the ace of spades, you know. But everything else is just like the 2 jokers. I think that's cool. 2 jokers, pretty cool. But on to the back design, and it is like a gold gilded. On to the back design. That is cool, you know, like if you fan it, even especially with this gilding, like especially the fact that it's gilded. I didn't know it was gilded at the time because they didn't send a picture, like they didn't post a picture on the product. But the fact that it's gilded and it's like China, like, you know, like I don't even know who the manufacturer is for this. I don't think it says anything, you know, like let me see. It doesn't say, you know, it doesn't say like where it was, like it doesn't say where it was, like the pool. I don't even know who the printer is for this. And the fact that it's like so nice, and it's like, and it's gilded, you know, like the cards are like nothing, you know, they just feel cool, you know, like they are a little stiff because of the gilded. But this deck just blew me away when I first got a hold of this deck, you know. Like let me know what you guys think of this deck, you know. Come on, like even if I mess up, look, it just looks so cool just because of the borderless design. Look at that. Tell me that is not cool. You know, they just blew me, you know, it just blew me away. And I've been messing with this deck for a while now, you know, and it just feels so cool. Like I don't know who it is, but they need to get more decks. I just think this deck is so cool, you know. Like I'll put it in, you know, in the link down below so you guys can check it out to see if you guys can get more information out of it. You know, you don't have to buy the deck, but if you guys are curious of what kind, where the deck comes from and everything, I'll put it down in the link in the description down below so you guys can check it out. But yeah, this is my number 1. Did you guys think of like it was gonna be my number 1, or what did you guys think of, you know, like what was gonna be my top 1? Let me know what you guys think of this deck down in the description, like down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this deck down in the comments below. And this was my number 1 playing cards. So it's so, you know, it's just so random. I didn't think, you know, it's just it's random. I don't know, but yeah, this is my top 10. So yeah, guys, this is my top 10 playing cards in order how they have them here. You know, let me know what you guys thought of my top 10. Did you guys think another deck was gonna be in there? Or let me know if any of these decks you think shouldn't have belonged in my top 10, or like in your top 10. Like, would you have any of these decks in your top 10? Or let me know if you thought another deck should have been above another one. You know, this is just my opinion, and everyone has their own opinions. But you know, I also want to hear your guys' opinion on the top 10 decks. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. You know, like the video if you like this content, this format of the way I'm doing the videos, and comment down below what your deck, you know, what your favorite deck of my top 10 was. and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep watching videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Ivan Rome, and peace out.